this is the Provoked Prawn, and this is the Elgato Wave Mic Arm. This is a premium high-quality boom arm solution from Elgato that's designed to work with a multitude of microphones. And this is an unboxing video and installation setup to show you what the microphone is like, what you get included in the box, how it works, and the various highlights to it. There are a number of really nice design features on this boom arm I really like, and so I want to show off what that's all about and what those highlights are and talk to you about them. Now, there are two variants of Elgato's boom arm setup. This is the standard mic arm, but there's also a low profile one that sits really close to the desk. One of the first highlights you'll see of this mic arm setup is the packaging. They've gone for this really eco-friendly, environmentally friendly packaging, which is basically all cardboard, all recyclable and wonderful. So it's really great in that way immediately if you're into that, and that's obviously great for the world we live in, so fantastic. The mic stand itself is then also wonderful for a number of other reasons. I was immediately struck by not just the packaging and the design setup of it, but just the overall aesthetic. It's a very good quality boom arm, which I've found comparable to the Blue Compass, which has been my mainstay for quite some time. In the box, you're obviously seeing what you get immediately, and one of the things that strikes is that you have not only the boom arm and the desk mount, but also an adjustment that lets you set it higher and raise it up off the desk. So you have the potential to not only mount this on the front of your desk, but also behind your monitor, for example, and I'll show you how that works in a minute. There's also a counterweight system. I said already that this will work with multiple microphones, and I'll show you how in a minute, because you have a number of different adapters that you can use to set it up. But also there's a counterweight, which means that you can mount different weighted microphones on here too. You'll see there's a really good quality desk clamp system here. That's immediately striking. It's a nice solid, heavy, good weighted desk clamp system, and it's nice and big as well, so it's really easy to adjust to fit on your desk. This is very similar to other Elgato desk clamps I've seen, for example this one with Elgato's ring light system, and it basically allows you to easily adjust it. One of the things that I like about it is the button on the bottom. So if you don't have room to easily turn that handle, you can press that button and pull the lever down, so it allows you to adjust it in a smaller space. There's also this counterweight system that you can add on to the arm, and I'll show you that later on, and it allows for a different range of mic weights. And then, as I said, you also have a riser, which basically allows you to install it on the desk clamp and then to rise the arm up, so you actually have the option to set it up at a variety of heights. Now, this is a fully adjustable boom arm that's really easy to get into a number of positions. What you're going to see is quite a chunky, solidly built bit of kit here. It's really nice, and it also has an adjustable rotatable ball head on the end, which you can not only turn around but also adjust into a number of different positions. So not only can you adjust the mic arm, but you can also adjust that ball head. So it's perfect for any microphone, because it means you can adjust them to whatever position you want, and also for your setups. Really straightforward and very flexible in terms of that overall vibe. So as I said, very comparable with the Blue Compass boom arm, and perhaps superior in some ways. You can see the process for installing the riser here, and if you need to do that, one of the things that I noted is very solid, and you push it in and those connect together quite well. You have to use a little bit of force in order to do it, but I think that demonstrates some of the quality. You'll also note there is a little hole in each of the riser and the desk clamp, and that's for a screw, so you can actually screw these into place using the included Allen key to tighten things up and make the fit a bit more stable. Stability is certainly going to be something very interesting, and you'll see some of how that works later on, because I'm very impressed with that setup. Now, a little look at the counterweight system. This microphone stand is capable of holding a number of different mics. It's said to be able to go between 250 grams and 1 kilogram on the end in terms of the mic weight. And then you can use that counterweight system to adjust depending on what sort you're using, and I'll include the specs in the description. It also comes with two different adapters. So you've got a 1/4 inch to 3/8 and 1/4 inch to 5/8 of an inch. And so you can then fit your microphone on. You should be able to find that you'll easily be able to fit any mic on here without much fuss. So the standard thread is there, and then you just attach those adapters to it. And you can see some of the flexibility of that ball head mount as well. And I'm happy to report that when you tighten it up, it stays in place nicely, but you can obviously reposition it really easily. And I'll show you the installation of the microphone a bit later on in the video to show you just how flexible that is. That ring at the bottom of the thread obviously also then lets you tighten things up as well on the mic, so you can really set things up nicely. But here's the process for installing the adapters should you need them, which I do with the microphone I'm using. So for reference, you'll see a bit later, but I'm using an Audio-Technica AT2035 in this installation. As I said, you should find that these adapters mean that you can fit it with basically any mic you want, whether it's USB or XLR. Obviously, it will work with Elgato's own Wave microphones, should you have those. And I'd highly recommend getting this boom arm for that mic, because it's important to get that close to your mouth to get the most out of it. But you're seeing quite a lot of flexibility with this mic arm already, and a really good quality design. As I said, I was struck by the quality of it. A lot of good metals, nice solid quality, and a really good setup. So here you can see the Allen key I was talking about that's included. You can basically just twizzle it in these two holes to tighten it up, whether you're using the riser or not, and basically it holds it in place. I don't think you'd find that you'd have problems if you didn't use it. It's certainly not going to suddenly pop out, but basically just ensures that it's more secure. Obviously, you want to make sure you've got maximum security on your boom arm, so you don't have that wobble and shake and boshes into the microphone, and also that it's just going to move around in a really stable way. And the stable movement is one of the things that I'm happy to report this does really well. But obviously having this riser in here gives you a lot more flexibility that you wouldn't normally get from other boom arms. So for example, you might like to mount the microphone arm on the back of your desk and have it then rise up over your monitor and come down towards you that way. So that's an interesting choice that you could do. Alternatively, as I'm going to show you, I've mounted it on the left side of my monitor, and then you can pull it around and set it up there. So now a demonstration of the installation process. I actually have a very deep desk and a very sort of thick bit of wood here. This is a proper bit of wood, really chunky. It's usually designed for a worktop surface, so you can see just how deep that is. And also you'll see how adjustable the desk clamp is. I haven't even had to open it up to maximum size in order to do this. It's still coping with that, and it's really easy to set it up. Just a reminder that it's really easy also if you don't have as much space as I do. You can press that button, pull the lever down, and then adjust it into that position. So even if you only have a tiny bit of room, you can still tighten it up really easily. The standard setup is then to obviously just drop the boom arm into there and then tighten it up with the Allen key to make sure it's secured. Very straightforward process, really easy. But the important point of that is a really stable fit on the desk, very solid padding, and a good hefty desk clamp setup, so really stable. When you then get it out, you'll find that obviously there's a lot of flexibility here. It moves around quite easily. You can obviously then attach the counterweight system should you need it. And this is going to depend on your microphone, whether it's really light or really heavy, whether you need it or not. Again, I'll leave all the information in the description on that. And then there's also a cable channeling system, which is a really nice touch because it's hidden away. You'll see that cover. So I'm running an XLR cable through here, and then you can put that cover back on, and that basically hides the cable away. But because the channeling is deep, you can actually put your cable on, put the cover on top, and then you can still pull the cable through should you need to, so you don't have to deconstruct it. But it's really nice because obviously it hides away a lot of the cables, makes things look a bit neater, and allows you to customize that finish and just end up with a really good looking setup. So there's some really nice, simple, well thought out features in here that make the Elgato boom arm worth looking at and worth considering. And the end result is quite a chunky looking thing. If you compare this with the Rode PSA 1, which I'll do a comparison video on shortly, hopefully, you'll see it is a much chunkier looking thing and also a really premium finish and very customizable. I think the most important features and takeaways from this is the quality of the thing, though. It's very heavy, it's very sturdy, and it's really easy to negotiate. So here is the setup for the Audio Technica microphone that I referenced earlier. So I need an adapter for that. So the adapter is included with the boom arm, which makes it really straightforward. We're basically screwing that adapter in to the shock mount that comes with the microphone, and then that in turn then mounts on to the boom arm through using that thread. Really straightforward process, basically just screwing that down into place. You could alternatively put the thread adapter on to the standard mounting system and then screw the mic or the shock mount into it there. But what you're seeing now is we have that set up as you need to, and then you just plug in the microphone. Again, you'll see that you can pull the cable through that channeling really easily as well. So if you found you haven't got enough cable, or if you've got too much, it's really easy to adjust that. Now, I was immediately struck by, once you've got the microphone on, the boom arm just doesn't fly around, so I didn't need to tighten it up in any way. One thing I found with other mic arms is that sometimes you put the mic on and the boom arm is still flying around in various different directions, but this one just coped really well immediately with the setup of this mic, and you can see that you can adjust it in so many different ways, moving it around up and down, back and forth. And obviously with that ball head mount, you can also turn it, so you can turn the microphone into a variety of different positions and customize it and setup of it and the direction it's going to be pointing in, whether you've got a mic that you need to talk into the front of or one that you need to talk into the top of. The setup's really straightforward. It's really easy to get it into the position you want. So there we have it. This is a very good alternative to my all-time favorite, the Blue Compass. A really nice mic arm, a really good setup, well worth a purchase. This has been the Provoked Prawn. Hope you found this video useful. Be sure to come back for more. If you're not subscribed already, subscribe now, because I'm going to be doing a video on the Wave XLR interface as well in the near future, and a number of other nice things. Quick shout out to my favorite YouTube members who've clicked that join button to help support the channel. Those guys are the best. Thanks for watching. This has been the Provoked Prawn. Hope you found this video useful, interesting, hilarious, or otherwise. Take a look at these other videos that I think you might find interesting as well. And have a look at the description for links and other information you might find useful. Click that join button to see the benefits of being a member of my YouTube channel. And most importantly, have a great life.